Hey, everybody. Well, today is September 12th, 2025. A rather insignificant day in the history of things, so I guess we'll consider that as a win. All right, life updates. Days until I ascend one ring. Today we have, let me check my sources. 337 days until one ring is ascended. That is where we are currently with life stuff. All right, enough of that update. Get that out of here. Pull you up sometime in the future. Now, let's play some Minecraft. Let's play some Minecraft. Let's play some Minecraft. Hi, Mello. Well, welcome to the stream. You're early this morning. We're just about to get things started up here. We're just about to get things. We're gonna do some Minecraft. So let's get that down the road. Let's get her down the road. Let's get my window sized up. You're at school. Shouldn't you be studying? Hey, you're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be slacking off during class now. Can't be doing all that. Can't be doing all that. All right, got my window. Lunch break. Lunch break. It's 8:30 where I am. It's 8:30 in the morning. You got weird hours going on. I don't know. Must be one of those Europeans. When I'm going to the bathroom, I can't get in because European, and I gotta wait. V8. Nobody's on V8. What the heck? What the heck? That's where my wizard juice gives me a little pep in my step in the morning. Got to drink some wizard potion to get hyped up for the day because I'm not very awake right now. Now, I'm more awake than I was yesterday because well, in uh in yesterday's live stream, I had I was very snotty, and the night after that stream ended, I could not sleep because every time I tried to go to sleep, a drip of snot would drip out of my nose, and that was just noticeable enough to wake me up every single time. And I got 3 hours of sleep that night. But last night I slept pretty good. Oh, Mello says that they're sick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're feeling bad. Hope you get to feeling better soon. I'm still a little snotty, but not as bad as the last stream. So hold on. I got a snot. I got a snot real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. It only starts up whenever I start streaming, and I don't get it. All right. Ugh. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. Well, fall allergy season. I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods, but over here, everybody's got a case of the sniffles. Everybody's got a case of the sniffles. Everybody's a little sniffly. That's a good idea. I can make a stream called Snot Shenanigans. There we go. I don't even know if I've had a snot themed stream, and if I have, it's been a little bit, so I may as well reuse and modify some stream themes. I may as well, because I can't go on forever like this, coming up with an original theme for each stream, even if some of them are a bit half-hearted, but whatever. Yeah, I could do a snot shenanigans Minecraft stream. Minecraft live, coming straight into your living room, straight onto your iPhone, straight into class. You should be listening to the teacher. You should be writing your notes. You don't want to be out there flipping burgers for a living now, do you? No. No, definitely not. No, let's speak down upon some of society's hardest working members. How about we do that? How about we do that? How about we discredit all that they do? All the hours they spend, all the stress they overcome, and let's just say you don't want to be them. No, you don't want to be them. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's discredit the people that feed us. So right now, I'm working on this little hallway. I'm trying to use some of the elements in this room in different ways than in the other room, but then also in some of the same ways. So just to give you a little bit of perspective, a little bit of a perspectival view looking through my silly googly glasses. Who's the annoying? Hey, Mello, tell the person that's annoying you that the streamer, the VTuber on your phone said to stop being annoying. Okay, the VTuber said so. All right, the skrunkly yellow VTuber said stop. Stop that. But anyway, so you can see in this room, this is just kind of like a memorial niche that I have. It's not really a doorway, but there could be like a little monument just in here, just for somebody. But in here, in this room, I've used that uh, kind of form, and now I've used it as kind of a doorway, and now it's going to be like a hallway, and then I'm going to put this is going to be like a corner intersecting with what this hallway will extend into, and so this will be the point where it intersects, and so I'm going to put some kind of like monument here, and it's going to be built on diagonals, much like this door is, so it'll kind of be an extension of that form. So that's kind of what I'm started to do. I don't want to. Bye, Mello. Thanks for tuning in. This stream is supported by viewers like you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. It's much appreciated. Gotta have some chatty Cathys for every now and again. Snotty, silly snotties from time to time as well. Geez, my computer screen is dim. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go into my system settings and let me finagle the mainframe and do this stuff. Okay, there. Okay, that's much easier to see. I had to brighten up my screen a little bit. Much better, much better. Because the sun's coming in through my window and I can't see that well. Okay. Also, how's the volume? Yeah, volume's fine. According to my sources. According to my database. Things seem to be a-okay on that front. Okay, let's stop procrastinating. Let's start freaking building. I swear, I just start going around and round in circles, and I never do anything productive after that fact. I just get back on the grindstone, Glitchy. Get back on the grindstone. Get back. All right. Okay. Okay. What else? What else? I've heard through the grapevine that there might be a Mario Galaxy movie coming out. I've heard that through the grapevine. Now, the grapevine can lie from time to time, just as a little bit of a forewarning for everybody, but that's what I've heard. Sorry for spoiling it. I didn't want to see it either, but you know what? If I have to suffer, everybody has to suffer. That's just how things roll around here, obviously. Obviously, needless suffering. Let's subject everybody to it. How about we? That sounds great. That sounds fantastic. That's fantastic. Oh, hello, YouTube viewer, Mr. MTA. Have you been here before? If not, welcome. If so, welcome back. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the viewers, so apologies. But hello, welcome to the stream. Regardless, also as a little bit of a forewarning, there is about like a 30-second delay between whenever I do things and whenever it displays on YouTube. So if I sound if there's a little bit of a disconnect there, that's why. But anyway, we're uh we're building today on Minecraft. And today is September 12th. Um, so I have. Oh yeah, yeah, I know you. But yeah, today's September 12th. Nothing particularly significant occurred on this day. So I guess today is a-okay in my personal opinion. But yeah, I'm just building in Minecraft a little bit. I'm just placing blocks and stuff. Yeah, I remember your Kick username. Um, I remember. I remember you. Welcome, welcome to the YouTube trenches. Front lines of slop content coming straight into your screen. And front lines of snot content coming straight out of my nose. Hold on. Where is Fricula? I am Count Fricula! Well, Fricula. Actually, I don't have a Fricula on this server. I need to build a Fricula. I've done Friculus before, but he's not on this server. I built him on Hypixel. I built the original Fricula on Hypixel on my friend Melly's housing, but unfortunately, said friend got banned off of Hypixel for drama reasons or something. That's what I've been told. So the original Fricula has been deceased. He only exists in grainy, um, terrible bitrate because I didn't know what I was doing footage now. But maybe in the future, maybe if we all believe, we can resurrect our great Count Fricula as an egregore, as a manifestation of our collective yearnings for his return. So I'll probably end up building a new Fricula on the modded SMP server so I can do a bit because I have an idea for that. I'm gonna rebuild Fricula and the Freaklings because the Freaklings have not made an appearance in a little bit, and so I will yeah that's stay tuned for the next episode. Yeah, we got happy guests on the server. Yep, it did update. It finally updated. Yep, all the way up to the happy guest version. This is my utility gas that I have here. You gotta keep them locked up a little bit, or they'll get away from you. But he seems pretty happy. And you just open this trap door, and then you can get him out. It's pretty easy. Not too bad for storage, but yeah, this is my little utility gas. That's what I call it. I had another one, but apparently my friend killed it. I guess she thought it was like a real gas or something, even though it had the saddle and stuff on. So whatever. I got a second one though. R.I.P. to the OG Gast. I don't I don't think you can put them in mine carts because the only gas storage systems that I've seen so far are basically this. So I'm assuming you cannot put them in mine carts. That wouldn't. If you can, that would be cool. But regardless, I've already built this, and I'm set in my ways. So out of stubbornness, I will keep this contraption here for the time being because that's how I am in most situations like this. Somebody gives me a sensible suggestion, and At times I'll just like I'll be like, oh, okay, and then I'll like completely brush it off, and then my life becomes objectively worse because of that, because I did something extremely boneheaded and extremely stupid, such as brushing off a perfectly reasonable suggestion. So that's what I do. That's how I operate. God save us all. That's what goes on. Snap. And I'm allergic to Minecraft, apparently. But, that's a whole other can of worms. That's a genetic issue. That's a genes issue. And it's also kind of a skill issue because apparently I can get like allergy vaccinations, but I don't want to deal with that. So, because of the fact that I can get it treated, now it's a skill issue too. Now that's a me problem. That's a personal issue because I have the option to fix it. Before I could take comfort in the fact that it was just a cruel twist of fate. Not anymore. Now it's fixable. And that makes it a problem. Now it's a problem. So I'm gonna build this little doorway here. All right, get that all squared away there. And um um let's see. I'll do another. I'll do another little guy there. All right, and we got that. Yeah. Just place the blocks, Glitchy. It's not that hard. Just put down the blocks. You'll live. Quit piddling around. Right, so then we got that. And we got all that. Got all that squared away. Ah, got my wizard juice. Wizard juice is good this morning. I made an excellent uh, wizardly brew. It is excellent this morning. It is fantastic. Fantastic. And I'm feeling fantastic today because I got a full night of sleep last night, which I could not say about the night before. I got a full night. Full night. I went to bed at like, I don't know, like 10:30, and I woke up at 7:40. So I got good sleep. I got good sleep. For once on a day like this. For once. And temporarily, my sleep schedule or my circadian rhythm has been slightly readjusted in the correct direction. Oh, wait, tomorrow's Saturday. Okay, I'm screwed. I'm dropping the ball. Oh, well. See, once I get a groove going, something comes along and just disrupts it all. That's messed up, bro, dude. Oh. Bro, that's totally messed up. It's messed up. All right, well, thanks for tuning in anyway. I hope your life problems get resolved. Um, but uh, yeah, have fun, or have not fun. But I hope everything turns out okay, and best wishes and good luck and yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. This stream is supported by viewers like you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. Hope everything turns out a-okay. Peachy keen. Very good. Very a-okay. Let's see. I don't think the utility ghast is right for this application. Too slow. Too slow. I can do it faster by walking around. All right, utility ghast. I took you out for just a little minute. I'll get you out again later. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry. And I'll give you plenty of snowballs too. Okay? All right. All right. Hey, hey. It'll be okay. All right. It'll be all right. All right. All right. What now? What now? All right, so we got all that built. And I'll fly up here and doo 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 doo. Right, so then we break the blocks up here. Oh no, I didn't mean to break that one. There. There we go. We'll just that's quicker than the ghast. Because then I can just and I'll just come along afterwards and break all the other blocks. Break all the other blocks. Crush all of my dreams. All right, then we put that there. Give me a light. Give me a light. All right, and then we go over this way. Place another one. Break the blocks. All right, and then we break that last silly little row. We break that last silly little row, and then we break the bottom thing, and then we'll get rid of that for no real reason. I just out of policy, I guess. All right, then we jump, then we do a little bit of PK, a little bit of PK, go PK to get the heart pumping. All right, and then we go down here, and actually, I'm probably going to need to end up going another row back at some point. Great. Great, it's become a terraforming stream. Good God. Good God. Who pinged me on Discord? You pingy ping people? Okay. Let's see. We have uh, uh, insane posts from Magistral Malik. All right. What else is new? And yappage. And yappage. All right. Well, nothing new to that. Just Milkman coming out of the woodworks to harass my friend on her birthday, as he does every year. Every single year. He dated her for 5 months. 5 months, 5 years ago. And he's been obsessive ever since. 5 months is enough to ruin. Oh, let's not go that far. Let's not go that far. I'm sure there was underlying issues before that. I don't know. This man is a piece of work. I'll say that much. From what I've heard and what I've seen personally, and what I've seen second-handedly. Malik is a piece of work. I've had a few interactions with them in my time. Well, I haven't for a few years, and I doubt he even remembers me. But I've encountered him a few times here on the World Wide Web. Oh, he's he gets. Look, I'm sure if you look him up, you'll find plenty of stuff. Just I don't know. That's all I got to say about that. All right, and then we got another. Add me on Discord. Add me on Discord. The bot viewers want me to add them on Discord. Well, if you're a bot or not, look at the sign, huh? Read my sign. Read my sign. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. Off my stream. Off of my stream. Get out. Get out. Shoo. Shoo. I thought of a fun little thing. Maybe in the future I'll have like a blender on screen, and I'll I'll take a screenshot of whoever's username does that, and I'll put their username in the username blender, and I'll blend it up, and then it'll be removed. Oh, hey Mohini, uh, namaste to you as well. I think I said that right. Hello, welcome, welcome to Minecraft. Yes, well, not necessarily a new project. This is the project that I was taking a break from while I was doing the mansion project. This is my main project, and I've been working on this for quite a bit. This here is I don't know if you've seen it or not, but this is my catacombs project. Um, it's a work in progress, but I've been working on it. Also, they added ghasts to the server, so I have this utility ghast here. You can see based off of its yellow coloration, construction yellow. Um, yeah, but yeah, catacombs project. It goes partially underground. It's going to have a large dome on top. The dome has not even been constructed yet, but you can see I've got these little uh, dots here because this is. Oh, whoa! Hello, computer. My computer's chugging. Oh, hold on, I got a snot. Oh, hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Oh, I'm allergic to live streams. Hold on. Yeah. All right. All right. As I was saying, but yeah, you can see I've got these little spots where I'm gonna put the columns, and the dome's gonna go on top of the columns, and yeah, it's a piece of work, but I've been gradually placing the blocks, working on it for some time by now. I don't remember exactly. Remember? Yeah, I got 90 subs. Thank you for the congratulation. Yes. Yes, 90 subscribers. Uh, Admittedly, on my part, I haven't necessarily been on that subscriber grind too much lately. I should probably have like 100 by this point if I was actually posting shorts and stuff like I should be. Oh, Glitchy's not been taking his subscriber pills. Oh well. Oh well. Anyway, I need to chop up. Yeah, what I typically do is, or what I used to do before I got sidetracked and stuff, and I need to get back on this, I guess. I used to chop up my favorite bits from each stream and post them as a short, and that tends to get a few subscribers. That tends to be all right content. I need to get back on that though. But yeah, so I'm working on this section of the catacombs right now. This is a statue of a player on the server named Plush Puffin, and he basically runs everything. So he's not like the owner of the server, but he basically runs everything. So I gave him a monument, and this is a server tower up here. So he's holding that up. I gave him an extra honorable room in the catacombs to be memorialized. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Mohini. You know what? I'll get back on just because of this interaction. I'm going to start being more expedient about getting on that grind, on that subscriber grind. I just needed somebody to come along and slap me around a little bit just to say, hey, get back on that. Oh, hey, Incognito, welcome to the stream. You see, people are starting to pile in here. Hey, Incog, how's it going? How's it going? How are you? You doing good? I'm doing good. I'm doing quite swell here on today's Minecraft live stream. Quite good indeed. Just terraforming, digging tunnels, building catacombs. What else is new? I kind of accidentally dug into somebody's encampment here, but uh, I don't think I don't think it's been used for some years by this point, so I don't think they really care. There's a few properties in this town that are like that are just like they've been abandoned for years, and I doubt the person who was ever on in the first place would ever log on again because of drama or whatever else. Because once the drama happens, they stay away, at least for a time, at least until the dust settles or until they just forget that they were ever on the server in the first place. I'm sure V8C is an afterthought in many people's minds. Oh, Incognito says, I'm still moping on what they did to my server. Yeah, yeah. If you all aren't aware, Incognito here has been trying to find a new Minecraft server to play on, but every server that he finds ends up shutting down, or there's some kind of drama, or it ends up collapsing in some horrific way. What drama? Oh, I wasn't necessary. I don't know any specific drama, but I know I know some people that'll just like stop logging onto a Minecraft server after, a falling out. Oh, I'm falling out. It's over. I'm cutting you out of my life. That type of deal. That type of deal. But I don't explicitly know if that's happened in Alabamaville, but I know there's a few claims and a few houses in Alabamaville that have been vacant for at least the past 4 years. So, let me find an example, actually. Let me find an example, just so I can show you. First off, we have a little bit of a. This is. I kind of wanted to keep this here just for the sake of historic preservation. This house here, because this was one of the few OG Alabamaville buildings. Mohini asks, "Do I play other games except Minecraft?" Yes, I do, but mostly Minecraft. Hence this mess that I have created for myself. Um, but oh, Incognito has Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight. I know people like Hollow Knight. So this is Allie's house. Let me see if I can find their username. You can see I put this sign here quite a while ago. If you ever rejoin, they were going to destroy your house, but I saved it. Post a sign somewhere near here if you want me to unclaim it again, and also welcome back. Um, let's see. I thought I had their username somewhere. Oh, I guess not. But regardless, this person's been off for some years, and I know there for a fact that there is a claim over here. This person's little base over here. Let's see who's this is. Bree Lee. Let's see. Scene Bree Lee. See, they've been off for 3.5 years, just about. So, there's just a few situations like that. But I don't really want to have these unclaimed and demolished, just because, it's like historic preservation. It's like having like a settlement like a historic district in your town or something. That's basically what all this stuff is. So I can't destroy it. It's just been on here too long. So I keep it for the sake of education and history and historic preservation. Maybe that's what we need, an Alabamaville uh, preservation society. I don't have time for that, so somebody else is going to have to figure that out. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, Incognito says, "This is my first time in 9 years touching a second game besides Minecraft." Have you only played Minecraft for the past 9 years, Incognito? I mean, that's kind of nuts. Oh, Incognito says that his slash scene record is 6 years and 3 months. Now, how long ago was that? Yeah, yeah, I'd say there are some old old buildings in the in V8 town. That's for sure. Kind of getting a little sleepy in too. I don't want to be what the heck insomniac horrific. I can't be doing that here on today's Minecraft live stream. Nope, nope. That's not any good. But yeah, a lot of ancient dusty crusties. They're just kind of piling up here. You know, I like to think, even though the server's been around for a while, I like to think we're still in the beginning of it. I like to think that. I like to think that this is still the beginning, even though it's been around for a while. Oh, Incognito has commitment issues with other games besides Minecraft. Well, I get that. I get that. But sometimes I do get bored. And I don't know, it's just like other games are just like I don't get this sense of like tangible progress that I do with Minecraft. Like yeah, I could play like uh an RPG or something and I get upgrades for my characters or whatever else, but I don't know, it's just the sense that I'm building something for myself that I like. Oh, Mohini asks, how did I get this netherite pickaxe? Well, it's a combination of efficiency 5 and the haste 2 beacon. And whenever you do that, you'll be able to insta mine softer stone blocks. You can instant mine any regular stone block except for deep slate. Deep slate takes a minute. Still takes a minute to mine. So that's why I don't deal too much with mining in the deep slate layer, except for the sake of gathering it for projects. Why did I go over here? I have no clue. All right. I think I'm going to peel one more little layer off of that side. So let me go over here and pop these in the box. Pop it in the box like a Pop Tart. Like I'm popping it in the toaster. Do y'all prefer your Pop Tarts frozen or toasted? I prefer them toasted. I don't see any sense in freezing them, but apparently that's a thing, or they've tried to market them that way anyway. I prefer them toasted. Some people, of course, if I'm in a pinch, I'm just going to be eating it out of the package. No, no, I don't play alone. Well, I am right now. I am alone right now on this server, but that's just because nobody's online right now. Get a little further in the day. I think everybody's still sleeping right now. I'm kind of early. Ooh, where are my torches at? Where are my torches at? I need to light this up. Now, during the good hours of the day, we'll probably have about 10 people on here, about 10 regulars. The gang's all here. The gang's all here. We have been getting some new people lately, because we updated, because we're on the new version now. So there have been a little bit of an influx of new players finally. So a little bit of new action. Got to keep things fresh. Got to keep things circulating to keep it relevant for everybody to enjoy. Got to keep it relevant. All right, let's see. Let's see. Incognito says, I do want to play World of Warcraft from what I've heard about it, but it can't be pirated. Yeah, you can't. Piracy is not an option, Incognito. Not in that case, at least. Gotta save up them doubloons. Arg! And then Mohini asks to share my experience from when I started from nothing on this server. All right, everybody, I'm gonna tell you my story. Let's reveal our mission statement here on the Alabamaville website. Uh, well, whenever I first started the server or on the server during the summer of 2020, and I don't know, I was just kind of like bouncing around different SMPs, and really, I wasn't fully committed to this server to start with. I was kind of just it was just kind of like another one of those ones that I just kind of joined and then left because I just like kept starting things, but then I was like, oh, I don't want to like finish anything. I don't want to like commit to any servers. And so it was just a bunch of like started projects that were never finished on multiple servers. And then finally, uh, because of no reason at all, really, I just kept playing this server because I finally started to build enough on it to where I was like, okay, fine, fine. I've gone I've gone over the sunk cost fallacy threshold, and now I'm way over it. So now I really can't stop. Now I'm sunk costing all over the place. Um, but whenever I first started playing the server, this guy asked me to join their town. Let me see if I can find it here. Um, let's see, what was it called? Oh, Stone Ridge, Stone Ridge. And this person asked me to join their town. This was only for a couple months, and this is the first town that I joined before I went off with my friends and started Alabamaville. So yeah, this was that, and we got these little plots, these little apartments, these little subclaims, and this is where I lived. This is my first house on this server, and I had to pay four um, 4 iron ingots a week in rent. But after a while, the owner of the town just like quit playing. So I have my rent. You could see from uh, July 2020, 3 weeks worth right here. It should be 3 weeks. I don't remember exactly how that worked. But yeah, there's my rent that I have yet to pay because the town kind of collapsed. But you can see there's a few people on here. Swamp Bog, whatever's going on over here. This guy, I don't. A couple of these people still log on from time to time, but yeah. Stone Ridge News, July 2020. Private bank account. There's some ambition here. There is some ambition here. And my contribution to the town was this public works project over here. Now this is before I knew about the pruning. And so basically every now and then the server will remove or it'll reset unclaimed chunks because there's a claim system. And so it'll remove unclaimed chunks. So I didn't know that. So half of this ice boat highway has been deleted and lost to time. But you can see it here. This is my public works project. And I did these on the server that I played on before this one. I had stuff like this. Um, Here, let me make a little boat here so we can go on the ice boat highway. But I on the server I was on before this one, I had like a whole ice boat interstate system basically. Like I that was all I did on that server for months, maybe years. That server has gone defunct by now. The server I used to play on, and it reset. There were server resets, so I don't even know why I bothered with such a large and grandiose project. But people were starting to build along it, which was kind of exciting. So you can see I didn't really finish it this way. But this way, it goes out until it gets pruned away. But this is kind of my thing. I was working on it with my friend. He said this is where it stops. It used to go quite a bit further than this. But anyway, I did that, and then once it got pruned away, I got kind of discouraged, and people were stopping playing in this town. So we loaded up our horses. We went to the nether roof, and we walked for a while because for some weird reason, I was paranoid that people were going to grief our base, even though you can't grief on this server. So I don't know why I was worried about that at the time. But anyway, we walked on the nether roof for a while, and we didn't end up in this exact spot. We actually ended up in a spot that ended up getting pruned away, but it was off in that direction somewhere. It was off in that direction somewhere. But it's been lost to time. But there was another village that we didn't really do much at, except we slept in it for a couple nights. And then, let me do a little sleepy. Then eventually we showed up uh, in this location, which used to be a Minecraft village. And the streets actually follow along the paths that the village roads used to take. You can see this is kind of what's left over of a little bit of the villager infrastructure, this little cobblestone area. And and yeah, that's basically where the original town square has been established of Alabamaville. And I called it Alabamaville because all the villagers ended up being inbred. There used to be a couple of other buildings in this area, like where this tree is now. Before the town hall was here, where this tree is, there used to be like a villager hotel where basically villagers would have children. So that was there. That's where all the incest happened. And the original art, I don't even know why they tore this building down. I didn't really want them to, but they convinced me because they said they were going to build something else here and they never did. The original Alabamaville Art Museum was right here in this spot. Um, and I really think it was stupid that it was torn down now, but whatever. Whatever. There used to be other houses here. This pink house here used to be a spruce house, but Grace wanted me to remodel it, so I remodeled it, and now we have that. And I was working on another house originally before this blue one, but I never finished it because I was like non-committal or something. And that was where this house is that somebody else finished. All I built of the original house was the basement, which you can see here. This was part of the old house that was originally there, and now there's some kind of contraption here. But that's what that was. But yeah, there's been gradual changes over the years. You can see if you look underground here, there's like some structures that have been like built over. Like there's like stuff down here that's been like just built on top of that used to be here. Um, so it's a whole mess. There's like stuff down. What's this say? Toe Cheese's cat. Oh, well, sorry about that. Sorry, Toe Cheese. Yeah, there's all sorts of strange things going on beneath the city. There's a lot of I don't even know whose this is. Well, thanks for popping in the stream. Thanks for popping a squat here on the Minecraft live stream. But yeah, that's the Alabamaville lore. And this is the new section of the city. This is kind of the most newest part. But anyway, that's how things roll. That's how we roll. See you later. See you on the flip flop, on the flippity flip side. Gotta take another sip of my juice. My wizard juice. It's getting stuffy in here. This room is detached from the rest of the house. I don't know. This whole house was designed poorly, in my personal opinion. That I'm in real life. Anyway, let me get my fan on. Ugh. Ugh. I'm in an unfortunate microclimate. I'm in an unfortunate microclimate. Turn my fan on. Ugh. It's stuffy. It was kind of cold whenever I woke up, and now it's stuffy in here. Oh, Red and Harold are on. They get on. Red was on last night. Yeah, they get on. They're not. Oh, Blue Dawn logged on. Hello, Blue Dawn. Boop. Boopity boppity boop. Do 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 do. Hold on, I'm gonna play everybody a little. I'm gonna play everybody a little song. Hold on. Let me get my instrument. I'm gonna play a little song, everybody. I'm gonna be a little musical here on today's stream because I just felt like it. I feel like I'm gonna be musical. Yes, I'm gonna do a little song and dance for everybody. Hold on, I have to prime it. I have to prime it first. I have to prime the reed. I have to prime the reed on my clarinet bone. On my clair bone. I gotta prime it. I'm gonna play a little song. I don't know what I'm gonna play. Um, I'll play the happy birthday, which is no longer copyrighted, so don't copyright me, YouTube. You keep copyrighting me on my freaking videos and it's getting me in trouble. Ugh. Freaking people being territorial over their music. Why aren't people territorial? I can post any image on my thing except for like bad stuff. I can post any of that on my stream. They don't care about that. It's only the music that people get freaky about. It makes no sense. There. A little bit of music for everybody. A little bit of music for the live stream. Get amped up. Get it amped up. Incognito asks, any plans for Glitchy Show 100? Well, I like to do a little stream theme for every stream. And to be honest, I haven't really thought about it yet. What number are we on today? Like 83 or something? But that's something I should be thinking about, shouldn't I? What to do for stream number 100? Um, what to do for stream number 100? That was I invented that instrument, incognito. Could you tell? I invented it. Um, Anyway, what was I saying? Uh, I forgot. I've like, I think, uh, I forgot. I literally, I'm blanking. Maybe there was lead in that instrument. There could have been. I could have just been exposed to lead and forgot my complete train of thought. Um, I forgot what was I talking about? Oh no, the floating chokers are still there. They're just outside of my render view. You see? There, they reappear. Just like magic. Just like a little bit of magic. They're magic shulkers, Incognito. They disappear and they reappear. Wow. Wow. Wow, dude. Also, just a little bit of a 1 hour warning for everybody. I probably gotta jet out here in about an hour. But do you know what today's live stream theme is, Incognito? You know what today's theme is? There's a thinker for you. There's your question for the day. What did Glitchy pick for his live stream theme? What did he pick? I put a little bit of effort into it. I put a little bit of effort into today's theme. Had to do a little bit of custom. It's a little bit bespoke, perchance. Memorial theme? Well, you're close. There is memorialization involved to an extent. Today's stream theme is 9/12. Oh wait, wrong image. Let's see. Where was the other image? Oh, not that one. There we go. See? 9/12. Today's September 12th. See? See? Everything is A-okay. A-okay. We're all good. We're all good. So that's today's stream. Oh God. Why have I done this? Oh God. I thought the rule was 20 years and you can make jokes about it, right? 20 after 20 years you could start making jokes about these things. That seems like an okay benchmark. It's almost been 25 years. Give me a break. Give me a break. Good God. Then again, I don't make. I'm not going to be making. Let's not get into the morality of this. Okay, we can go around in circles about whether it's acceptable or not. But that's today's stream, regardless. It's been done. It's been put out into the world, and I can't undo it. What's been done is done. Uh, weigh my morality. I guess. I don't know. Like I said, you can go back and forth on the scale of public opinion. That's the truth. People's assessment of your character is as fickle as your own viewpoint of yourself. Bye, Mineshaft. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You're getting out of here. You are no longer needed. That's right, Incognito. The beauty of jokes is that they don't have to be taken seriously. To an extent. I will say that at a certain point, you don't want to desensitize people to certain ideas. Uh, Like that's a thing. Like at first it's like, oh hi, yeah, funny, funny. But then people start to like actually like, and this is a real thing. You can see it. You can see it. You can see its effects today. But you start making jokes about stuff, and then people internalize that, and then they'll start to genuinely believe if they feel inclined to whatever harmful viewpoint you might be. I'm not. It's not serious, dude. Joking about. So there sometimes can be ramifications to that. There sometimes can be. It can be a form of validation for certain unsavory worldviews. So you got to be careful sometimes. So really, yeah, that's the thing. I'm not gonna look that's I don't know. That's just like a thing. Maybe whatever happens happens, and you can't really control what people are gonna do or think. I don't know. I don't know. But if I were to say that, that would discredit uh, Bernays, and that's clearly not the fact. You can absolutely manufacture um, people's ideas or cultural things. That's why people do marketing. That's a fair assessment, Incognito. Dark humor is funny until you or your beliefs are the target. Funny for thee, not for me. I don't know. You can go back and forth and back and forth and in circles about this stuff. Back and forth and back and forth. But then again, there probably is a best course of action. But but then you try and find the best course of action, and then it's like, uh, and then it's like, oh, but maybe not, but maybe not, maybe not, but maybe yes, but maybe no. I'm just boiling these things down, but you can try and philosophize about it all you want about certain moral dilemmas, but at the end of the day, it boils down to, but maybe yes, but maybe no, maybe not, but what if? It's you just keep what ifing. You just keep what ifing over and over, and you'll go around and around. You never come to anything definite because of all the what ifs. It's all what ifs. Anyway, I'm done yapping. I'm done yapping. Sometimes I think just one more thing. Sometimes I think nuance is really just how many times or having an informed viewpoint is just how many times that you can what if yourself. That's all. And maybe that's an unnuanced view. Look at me making broad assumptions, painting with a broad brush. How dare I? How dare I save myself from deliberation? Incognito says, "I'm now certain for the 100th time that this is definitely World War." Wait, what happened? What happened on the world stage today? I've been kind of out of the loop because I've been sick of bad information, which is probably bad on my part. Inaction is complacence, but What's happening in the world, Incognito? Let's see what terrible things have happened today. What terrible things have happened today? That's what I say to myself every time I turn on my car radio. All right, let's listen to the news. Let's see what's wrong with the world. And there's definitely things wrong with the world. I'm no stranger to the fact that you can become desensitized to terrible things happening all the time. And that's happening. Unprecedented, they say. And they're right. They're absolutely right that these things are unprecedented and horrific, uh, given historic context. There are absolutely horrific things that are happening, but they happen so frequent right now that people are becoming desensitized to it because there's only so much that you can handle. There's only so much bad before you start going, okay, I'm out of bad juice. I'm out of bad juice. And the bad things keep happening, but you're like, okay, 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 sure. All right, because like I said, there's just a limit. People have limits. People have limits. And so the political projects of 2025 will commence. Incognito says, Qatar is getting bombed. I knew about that. I did know about that. And then Charlie Kirk, and then I hope I don't get. I hope I don't get removed from platforms from saying that. Good God. I'm not going to start algo speaking. Good God. And 2 days ago, so some people are saying the Islamics did it and that the U.S. should attack Qatar and Turkey. So they're using. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Huh. Yeah, it is. It is a little concerning that Qatar got attacked because, well, I have a family member that was in the military for a time, and back in the day, she was actually based in Qatar. And up until recently, she was very confident that nobody would ever bomb or attack Qatar. But that was wrong. Somebody just attacked it. Somebody just attacked it. That's not good. Incognito, I think that the disease is just going to have to run its course. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Unless somebody finds some kind of magical relief valve somewhere in this culture, we're just going to have to pick up the aftermath. I think that's what we're just going to have to prepare ourselves for. Whatever is about to happen is going to happen. I, yeah. We can theorize about assassinations and whatnot. I don't know. I think things are just going to have to get worse before they get better. We need a shift in a clear shift in national opinion in order for things to start getting better. The sentiments of the past 10 years have only grown and festered, and now they're at a breaking point, in my personal opinion. Now they're at a breaking point. And now, also, they're starting to come to terms with reality because they're putting in these things are being implemented. These ideas that have been circulating for this time are being implemented. And that's the real test, is reality. you know, putting these things into practice is the real test. And I'm not quite confident that all of these things are going to stand the test. And once people see that, hopefully, hopefully people will start to wake up. At least some of them. At least the sensible ones. Yeah, Incognito says the relief valve is whenever aliens start showing up and they'll fix everything for us. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be like, okay, okay, the experiment's gone wrong. Okay, okay, everybody, come on now. We gotta keep this thing back in check. Yep. They're just observing us right now. They're trying to see, but they don't want the experiment to fail. Okay, they got to keep observing. So now they got to intervene. They got to intervene, or we're all gonna ruin everything. We're an experiment of those aliens from what was it called? All Tomorrows. If you've ever heard of that, the dragonfly looking guys, the Q, the Q aliens. They look like dragonflies. We're one of their experiments. Here, let me pull up a picture of the Q. The Q alien. Here, here. This is a good image. We're one of these guys' experiments. Let me take a let me take a little screeny real quick. A little screenshot of this. All right. Uh, um, um. All right, then save as Q. Here we go. I'm gonna pull this up on stream. These guys, these guys. See, see, we're one of these guys' experiments. They're messing with us. They're observing. They're observing. Of course, they wouldn't be so merciful as to intervene with our experiment. They just let it run to the ground. They just let it burn to the ground. They wouldn't save us. So there's your reassurance. Basically no reassurance. Basically we're going to have to swallow this, whatever happens. That's all. Damage control. Alright, so now I need to figure out how to do columns. So I think I'm going to do the columns in between these larger forms here. So like along here, this is going to be like a column, or a pilaster, I should say. Not a column, a pilaster. See, I can use terminology. Maybe I'll even make it like kind of like that. Like maybe this will be like a pilaster. We'll see. Who pinged me on Discord? Stop pinging me. Stop that. Arrgh. Arrgh. Yarr! I'm gonna sail the seven seas. All right. That was a good wizard. Yeah, I made a good batch of wizard juice this morning, and I made myself a nice tall glass of it to really get my heart pumping for the day. A nice hearty glass of wizard juice to start the day. Am I right, everybody? Am I right? It's quite hearty indeed. Welcome back, Incognito. Welcome back to the stream. As you were saying.
As I was saying, let me put on my analytical glasses here. Yes, according to my assessments, we're screwed.
Let's see. I'm not quite sure if I'm that fond of this. Oh yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, I think that'll be an all right column uh, placement. I think pilasters. They're pilasters, not columns. Use your terminology correctly, Glinkster. Come on now. Come on now. Incognito says, it's mostly conspiracy, but aliens came here before unignoring the politics. We went from horse carts to coolers to cooler looking horse cart in 5,000 years, and then we went from that to computers in 150 years. Well, yeah, I think that's less of a. And Incognito thinks our fiber optics and everything came from aliens because we've advanced so much within the past century and a half. I would like to challenge that opinion because I think that it's more of the fact that we're witnessing the flat part, the vertical flat part of a technological um, exponential curve. That's what I think. Like this was put in place hundreds of years ago. This whole exponential technology thing was put into place hundreds of years ago. For instance, one particular driver of the exponential curve that I can think of is the printing press. Think of the printing press. Before then, if you wanted to have written information, you had to have a scribe write down, like manually copy down text with a pen. And they would do this day in and day out. And they would only, like, they could only make so many books. But then all of a sudden you get a printing press, and all of a sudden you're able to spread information at a rate unseen before then. There were no aliens involved with that, but exponentially more information was made available, and exponentially more knowledge was able to spread because of that. So that's what I think is going on. That's just one example, but basically it's just been like a fusion reaction. Things are crashing into things that are making other things. It's a it's pretty much a virtuous cycle that we've witnessed the results of. I think I do think that. I also think now we're dealing with the ramifications of that. The the natural conclusions to whatever has happened with our technology. Oh God. Oh God. The consequences of industrial society. Oh God. Anyway, yeah. For a long time, it was a virtuous cycle. Yeah. At least on a large scale. Now, I'm not discrediting whatever horrific things have happened, because horrific things have absolutely happened over the centuries. I don't think there's a question in that. Now, that's not to ignore that. Let's not ignore that. For the sake of progress and for the sake of technology, we're witnessing that today. We're witnessing that today. And there may be a time when we have to reckon with um, where uh, the results of what is happening. I think that time is approaching. Let's see. I need to carve out this little corridor here.
More groundscaping. I'm sick of mining.
I gotta do it though. I gotta dig this out now. Alright, whatever. Gives me a clear goal. Because in order to envision the whole space, I have to start from the start. Can't be running into roadblocks left and right. That's how I get ground down. Incognito says, it's very strange that we can never predict what the future has because we thought we'd have flying cars but got cell phones, which even at the time they couldn't even conceptualize. Yeah, yeah, I do agree that um, it's hard to predict the future, but I also think that whenever we were thinking of all these futuristic things, I think there at a certain point, especially after the war, after World War II, I think there was a little bit of a disconnect between the reality of technology and the aesthetic of technology. I think it might be a leftover from the optimism that came after the war, where people thought, oh, great, we're in a new world now, everything is going to be solved, urban renewal, new technologies, the future, the Jetsons. That's what people thought. Before then, it was like, I think there was a little bit more of a tangible um, thought around technology. For instance, let's think of the simple one-cylinder gasoline engine. One of the most simple, one of the first gasoline engines ever invented. It's still in use. Basically, the same concept as was invented 100+ years ago, and yet we still use it for motorcycles today. There was no need to well, there is a need because of climate change, but um, of course, then we can go into electric motors, which are basically perfected. But basically, there's little need to change technology that's already been perfected. And yet, we feel like there's still this future that we're trying to get to. That's where the idea of flying cars comes in. Completely impractical. Wheels rolling on a flat surface are extremely efficient as compared to a flying car. That's the technological reality. That's the reality. You can't get around that. Electric motors. On a cellular level, cells have like made forms that are basically electric motors because it's basically an ideal technological form. You can't get around that. And yet people have these magical aspirations for the future as if we can suddenly reinvent things and innovate. It's not, that's not how it works. Some things are just, it's just done. It's done. And we shouldn't have this aesthetic that says otherwise. It's just untrue. It's untrue. It's fake. Fake future. Fake. Always was. Always was. We just surround ourselves with items that look like things that will never really exist. So that's what I have to say about that. And I've kind of started to incorporate that in my design philosophy as well. Because yes, new things in design, some new design moves are great. I do think that. Uh, I do think there could be some moves, even in these catacombs, which could be considered modern or modernist, but I think it's also um, kind of you're kind of leaving out a lot of good things if you're to suddenly discredit things that have already been done. For one thing, multiculturally, multiple cultures have reached these conclusions. Some of it's just reality. For instance, the dome form. The dome form. There is no reason to get away from the dome form. It's just an ideal form. Like that, it just structurally works. It just works. It's fine. It's fine. The archway. It's just the most structurally efficient way of working with masonry. And masonry is one of the most durable. It's one of the most durable materials. Why not use it? Why not use it? The future. I mean, sure, you can build with steel. Steel is a great material too. A Walmart is an idealized steel structure. You can appreciate it for that. But you shouldn't suddenly start discrediting things that have already been perfected. That's stupid. That's stupid. You can appreciate new things. I think 20th century design is a great way to see new ways of it's like a whole bunch of experiments. There's a lot of experiments and we can draw from that. We can draw from the design experiments of the 20th century and learn from them and incorporate them with things that have already been perfected. Well, if not perfected, at least things that work. People like this stuff. You can't just discredit. Look. This is basically eclecticism with modernist elements. Okay, this is basically a new eclecticism. Okay, this project here, this project right here. Look at the form. It emulates a chateau. The symmetry. Oh God, symmetry. We could never do symmetry. It's symmetrical. Look, open concept. God forbid I mix and match styles. It works. It works. We can't be absolutist about new or fake design. Please, just take the good parts and use the good parts. Ugh. Stop being so dogmatic. Please. Just do good. Do the good. Do the good. Do the good. Anyway, enough about technology, enough about design. Just keep doing the thing. I'm just going to keep doing the thing. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, everybody. Thank you. We're living in the future's past. The future becomes the past, and yeah. Today will be in the past for most of our lives. You remember that. At least if you're young. All right. Let's get to some excavation here. Excavation station. Gotta go excavate. Gotta go excavating around. Doot, 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 doot.
Gotta dig. Gotta crush rocks. Rock crusher. Garg.
I don't got enough scaffolds to get to the top. That's where my utility gas comes in. See, I don't even really know why I do scaffolds anymore. This guy this guy'll help me out. Help me out, utility gas. Help me out. Yeah, it is slow, but now it's a nice mobile platform, and I don't got to worry about my scaffolds falling down whilst I dig. So now I can just all I need to do is just dig out a little spot to get started from. And this is going to be the happy guest is going to be really helpful whenever I start doing like the dome interior, because whenever I did the inside of the museum dome, it was a whole scaffolding mess, especially whenever I got toward the top parts. This ghast is going to be extremely helpful whenever I do the dome. I know it will be. And it's helpful with some of the ceilings too. It is. Especially whenever I got to do like stuff that's upside down. Uh, the ghast. I've just been calling it the utility ghast. That's what I've been calling it. That's what I've been calling it. Maybe I should give it a name instead of just regarding it as a tool. Um, I don't know what I'd name it though. We'll name it. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what to name the ghast. I'm kind of blanking. I think the lead is in my brain right now. I've got lead brain from the weird instrument. Um, and that's no good because I gotta go to class after this. I gotta learn. I gotta cram things into my cranium. I guess that's one name, incognito. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure I'll come up with a name at some point. Mr. H or Mrs. H or H. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a yapping yapper. I'm just yapping on live for a whole audience to see. Oh, I don't know. I might just stay the utility gas for a little while, just so I don't think about it too much. Get get the coal out of here. Gotta excavate. Excavation. Arrgh. Arrgh. Oh, AECH. H. That's kind of good. H. It's like how some people name their dog DOG. DOG. My great uncle had a dog named DOG. It's just in the pronunciation, you know. It's all in the pronunciation. It's all in how it's said. All in how it's said. Yep. I'm yapping away as I'm hacking away.
Hacking away at these rocks. I got all sorts of rocks. Come on down to Glitchy's Rock Warehouse, where we've got the Wall of Sound. Come on down. Rocks, rocks everywhere. You need a rock to throw at somebody? Uh, we weren't liable, but here you go.
We got all sorts of stones. I've got so many leftover things from these excavations. I'm gonna have enough to build the rest of the city, to be honest, with all these stones that I'm gathering. I'm gonna have to find creative uses, I think, so everything doesn't end up turning into gray stone buildings. But I'm sure I'll figure out. I could not possibly use all this stone. I'm gonna have to like donate a lot of it. I've already given quite a bit to the guild. Well, a little bit to the guild. Need to pick back up on the guild. There hasn't been much guild action lately. That's a good institution to have. We just haven't used it too much lately. Haven't used it too much. It's kind of fallen by the wayside, which is a shame. Just I haven't had the time to. I just haven't had the time. I can't do everything myself. I gotta pick and choose. I'm spread thin. I'm spread thin, Incognito. I'm spread thin. I can only do so much in a day. And even then, I procrastinate for half the time. But I have to procrastinate. That's just what I do. Like, I don't know. I'm no robot. I'm no robot. I mean, you've seen, I've just kind of piddled around for half of this stream. That's just how I work in general. I, like, if I rise and grind at it, I just, like, get, like, I don't know, I just get, like, worn down. Like, this is just how I work. I lock in and then I'm not locked in. And then I just kind of piddle around for a little while and yap and stuff. Like, that's just, I don't know. I mean, you can see I've made good progress just piddling around and then building, and then piddling around and then building. Yeah, yeah, there's not too many guild members either. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Maybe I'll make my own Alabamaville Guilds division. Or maybe I'll just, like, create, like, a... Maybe I'll, like, rig up a hopper system, and I'll kind of, like, hopper all of my chests of cobblestone and stuff from this project into the warehouse, and then I'll just give access to all the guild members to it. I think that would be uh, the quickest way of transporting all of these and storing all of these stones. course, we have the copper golem too. Or, well, maybe not in this version. Actually, I don't think we have the copper golem yet, but we will soon. The copper golem. And that'll be very helpful whenever it comes to sorting. Because I don't want to build an auto sorter. Hence why I haven't built an auto sorter. But the copper golem helps with that because now I don't have to. Incognito says, when I was bored, I did weird stuff. My house was on a small island. I covered it with a huge box and then added a fake sky inside. Oh, it's like the Truman Show. Yeah, the little Truman Show going on. That's what that sounds like.
Living in your fake reality. Well, here in the real world, Incognito, that's just not how things fly.
That's just not how things fly, Incognito. Not here in the real world. Not here in the real world, no. No, certainly not. That's just not how things work. Fake skies. Living in a bubble. Uh-uh. Certainly not me. Certainly not me. No, I act as an independent agent from all forces outside of me. I depend on nobody. No infrastructural systems, no social contracts, no nothing. Nothing. I'm a free agent. Free from all people, all context. Gravity doesn't even weigh down on me. I'm an embodiment of pure will. Pure willpower. That's what I am. Yeah. Yep. I only wear boots. That's the only thing that contains me, and I pull them up by their straps. I fly around in an empty void of bootstrappery. Literally nothing exists. I'm in the void. I'm in the void, free of all context, free of all bounds. To be everywhere is to be nowhere, and that's exactly where I am. Yeah, that is true. You can get very creative with lava casts. I've wanted to experiment with them before because I could do a couple of things with lava cast molding and all of that. Maybe make some patterns. Oh yeah, I'm sure you could get really creative with it. Maybe one day I will do something like that, just as a little design experiment. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I like how it creates these vertical forms. I think those are nice. They're very good. Very good.
I got a snot. Hold on, got a snot. I got a snot. Woo!
There we go. Whew. All right, get that snot out of here. Not as snotty as I was last stream. I think it was just that one bad fit. It might come back. It might ebb and flow a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if the allergies return. As of right now, I'm doing pretty all right in the snot department. Pretty A-okay. A-okay. That's how we're doing on today's stream. Also, like a 15-minute warning, everybody. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, everybody. I gotta go here in about 15 minutes. Because I gotta do stuff. I'm not necessarily behind today, but, you know, I've, I'm obligated by lies that I've told to be gone in 15 minutes. But, on the bright side, those lies also give me a reason to make time for myself to actually study. So really, it's not lies. Really, it's just what I've said. Oh, Yeah, that'd be cool. Having like mountain houses on the lava cast. I'm assuming you're still talking about a lava cast. Yeah, got some staircases, branching staircases. That would be neat. That's a neat design. That's a cool idea. I wonder if I can incorporate this little underground forest area a little bit. I know it was built by an individual, but it's already here. It's here. Sometimes bad people build good things. In good there is evil, and in evil there is good. That's something to be remembered. Incognito says every time he wanted to make the lava cast bigger, he needed 4 people to render it. That's pretty impressive. You did have a lava cast mountain going on, didn't you? You didn't get in trouble with the staff for that, did you? That seems like it uh, might have gotten a little laggy. Well, I'm sure if you like stand uh, in each of the 4 quadrants that it was loading in, you could have did it all yourself. Well, it may have been 94 blocks under the height limit, but where did you start it from? That's the real uh, gauge of the size, because they raised the they raised the build height. That doesn't tell me too much without knowing what level you started from.
Without telling me what level you started from, Incog. I don't quite know. I don't quite got a gauge.
No, I do not. No, I don't. There was no lag whenever you made a giant lava cast. You must have been playing on a pretty good server then.
Got all sorts of dedicated wham. Dedicated wham for the Minecraft solo.
From Y80, and the limit is 320. So let's see. Let's do a little bit of quick math, everybody. Um, so 320 minus 95. Hold on, let me pull out my little calculator here. 320 minus 95 is 225. So you went up to level 225, and then we have. Let's see. Let's see. You started at Y80. So we will subtract that again. I forgot my first number. 225, I think. 225, okay. 225 minus 80. 225 minus 80. 145 blocks tall. Okay, yeah, you had a pretty good lava cast going on then. Okay, Incognito. Okay, Incognito, I see. I see. Finally, we're finally figuring out something that's going on in this corner. Thank God. Put a little monument in here. Little intersection of that and that. Make a cool monument spot. All right. All right, then we dig all this out here, and then get this last little row out of here. Get that last little row. And then in the very middle, I'm going to put another little skylight, and it's just going to kind of pop out of the ground just a little bit. Just a little bit. But you'll see a little skylight that just kind of barely pops out of the ground. Then that'll shine down onto the center spot, and I'm going to build something around this, and it's going to be pretty, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a little intersection spot. That's what I've decided to do with this particular franchise location. I might do different things on different corners, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It will be A-OK. It's going to be peachy keen, everybody. Peachy keen. Peachy keen. Peachy keen and squeaky clean. Do 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 do. Pop 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 pop. Oh no, not one of those. Oh, I hate it whenever this happens. Do you hate it when this happens? Me when this thing happens? Oh well, it'll go away. It'll go away later. That's fine. I'm just getting a little vague. I'm just kind of chipping it out here. Chipping it out. Chipping it out. Incognito says the Anarchy server I play on, one team figured out how to stack totems and now walk around with 2,000 totems. They've made 25 people quit the server so far. Oh no. Well, that doesn't sound very good for the server, but I guess that's the name of Anarchy, isn't it? I guess that's the name of the game. Yep. Is that particularly enjoyable? Having like 5 people walk around with a power fantasy while everybody else suffers? Because some people think so, but that's for you to decide if that's particularly enjoyable. It sounds kind of enraging to me. Incognito says, recommend me a server, Sensei Glitchy. Honestly, I don't know. V8C? That's a good server recommendation. I play on that one quite a bit. Um, wait. Okay, Incognito, I have an idea. Because I have been on a few servers because I did that Glitchy's road trip videos thing. I do have a few servers that I've been on, so I guess I do have a little bit of experience in that department. Okay, but listen, Incognito, listen. If you're gonna go like causing any issues or anything, don't say don't don't bring me into it, okay? That's all. That's my. That's all I gotta say. Okay, that's all I gotta say. But one cool server I thought of is what was it called? What was it called? I think it was called like Wintercrest or something. It's a really old server. Try out Wintercrest. That was a cool server. It was like 10 years old. I think it was that server. I think. Um, yeah, it was in one of my episodes of the road trip, base trip, road trippers base. The road trip series Incognito. Go watch that. I've been on a few servers. I think Wintercrest was a cool one though, because they got like 10 years of history. I think it was that one. It could be another one. It's the video where I have like the pyramid as the thumbnail. That was the server. That was really cool. But go try that one. Go try that one. That was a neat server. That was neat. Because I got a little bit of history. I got some cool builds. So maybe you see some neat stuff. There's stuff I didn't even see in that video. So go try that one. I'll recommend that one to you. Uh-oh, Glitchy's advertising other Minecraft servers. Oh no! That violates the V8C rules. Shh! Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. I'm not doing it through the server chat. Shh! Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. Gotta be quiet. Gotta be hush hush about that, Incognito. Gotta be hush hush. Quiet. Gotta be quiet.
All right, I'm gonna get these last few blocks mined, and I'm gonna put these in the super smelter. Can I mine this yet? Ugh. I'll mine it whenever I come back later. Get these mined. I'm gonna put them in the super smelter, and I'm gonna call it a stream for the day because I gotta go. I gotta go to class. Well, I gotta go like study and stuff. And all right, gotta go study. Gotta go to class. Gotta go do the things. I gotta do the things. Go the places. Whatever. The usual little shebang. So got that mined out. Now I can see this whole little corridor here. That's pretty cool. That's going to be a cool spot. This is going to be a cool spot at the intersection of two cool little thingies. Two cool little thingies. That's kind of how I wanted the catacombs to start getting it. Now it's kind of starting to get that atmosphere that I wanted it to, which is good. Which is good. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Incognito. If uh, if the server staff likes you, as long as you don't start abusing your favor. That's the thing. You can't go abusing favor on these servers here. But if the mods like you can get by with a couple of things here on V8C. Just don't be bad. Don't be bad, and you can kind of skirt around a couple of things. Of course, that's the case with most things. Get somebody's favor. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Don't you know? We don't, merit doesn't quite ring right in most situations. And I think that's kind of human nature. Anyway, everybody, I gotta get out of here. I gotta skedaddle. I gotta go let the dogs out. I gotta go do my morning stuff. So happy September 12th, everybody. Happy September 12th. It's a nice sunny day outside. It's not too hot, not too cold. Everybody's doing A-OK here on September 12th, 2025. All right, everybody. I'm going to sign off for the day. So drive safe. Have a good day. Be well. Don't take everything I say too seriously. Don't take anything anybody says too seriously. Or maybe take it completely seriously. Or maybe don't at all. You are going to exist and you are going to do things. And you can't, you know, it gets kind of murky. There's a lot of gray areas, okay? So take it as serious as you do unserious. And my vague instructions are about as close to clear instructions as I can get. I'm no more honest than the next guy. Remember that. Peace out. Peace. Peace. Peace.